First, what did you kind of make of the various different spurts that LeBron led? To just kind of, you've seen it before, but what did he give you tonight?
Yeah, that is the word I used in the locker room after the game with the guys. Thought his leadership all day long, in the meeting, in the walkthrough this morning, just the way he carried himself. Just he really set the tone for the team. The guys followed that. Obviously, the play was fantastic. The offensive efficiency, and then the full complete game with the assists and the rebounds and steals and blocks. Just a terrific game from him.
And then, what are your thoughts on a player like Luke Kennard, who, if he's not on a team that you might watch every night, you might think of him as a shooter, but there's so much more there, right, over his life of being not you, but a fan, right? Like, can you speak to that as to how much of just basketball is in a lot of players like that, kind of typified by him?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy because he's a white guy that shoots threes to just think he's just a shooter. That's just the reality of the situation. I'm sure every time he, checked into an AAU tournament in 8th grade, everybody screamed, "Shooter, shooter, shooter." That's the life we have. That's the life we chose. I watched him a ton at Duke and, got to know him during the pre-draft process. Had a couple phone calls with him, just talking through things, and competed against him. So, I've known for a long time that there's a lot to his game, and there's a lot he can do as a basketball player, primarily as a playmaker. I mean, he really does such a good job of using his shooting as a threat, using his change of speed and pace as a threat, and then just consistently makes the right play.
JJ, pregame you mentioned the word empathy and kind of the way you were looking at your team. I know after the last game it was sort of like, we want to find 9 guys that'll fight and be all in and stuff like that. I guess just what did you think building-wise today as far as like starting over in some ways did you like about this game, and did you sense like a foot forwards, I guess, if that's the right word, or a step forwards from your team tonight?
Well, I told the guys before the game, when we met right before they went out for warm-ups, tonight was a spirit game for all of us, to have the right spirit, to be all in. And I thought we did that. And I would say I'm not surprised because we have, been on hikes all season long and gotten lost in the woods, and nobody thinks we're going to be rescued. And we find a path and we get back to the meadow and find civilization. We're going to be okay. That's what our group is, and I think we've all just embraced that, and we just have to find it now with this group. And tonight was a step in finding that path with this group.
Good use of civilization.
Thank you. I get words to use from the coaching staff to use in the
appreciate that.
Yeah. So that was clocked out. Check one.
You told us the other day that after the OKC loss and the injuries, seeding's probably out the window, but by virtue of winning tonight, the 3 is still a possibility for you guys. How are you going to approach tomorrow, second night of the back-to-back?
Like we approach every back-to-backs. I know it's. I wish I could give you a better answer than that. We're going to go try and win the game, and hopefully we have a couple guys back. Hopefully, I mean, again, they're still going to be day to day, and hopefully LeBron will be available. I know, in talking to him today and overhearing some conversations with Mike, we're very, we're hopeful. It just, we don't know how he's going to wake up tomorrow. That's just the reality of where we're at with his career.
Do you know what's going on with his hand after that chase down block?
I have not gotten an update on that. I assume he hit it on the backboard trying to get it, and I'm not sure what happened with Luke's hand either.
JJ, you had mentioned after the game on Tuesday that you hadn't been able to get DA the looks that he wanted. You were trying, but it wasn't working. There was a shot very early in the game, mid-range jumper, and it seemed like since then he just continued to battle tonight. What did you see from him out there today?
Yeah, well, he played fantastic. The third quarter, he was just dominant, and a lot of that, was very targeted because we were playing through the post, and Draymond, was going to overhelp, and DA had his proper spacing, and that touch shot for him at 8 to 10 feet it's just a high efficiency shot for him. But I thought he I thought he played fantastic throughout the game, but the third quarter he was dominant for us.